Awesome, guys. Again, thank you for coming. Today is March 21st. We are doing another Ask the Expert presentation with my co-host today, Desiree Martinez, who is the CEO and founder of All-in-One Social Media. Desiree is also a YouTuber, podcaster, author, an award-winning social media creative content creator, and an advocate for women's creators. So that being said, she has also founded Women of Video, and which is designed to build an economic impact for equality of the female creators in the community of the females. So Desiree has also worked with hundreds of businesses and brands to help them grow their business over a better content marketing and social media. She knows what it takes to help your business grow, guys. So if you're trying to build a community and get leads and get through all this noise in the social space, she's definitely the one to help you and assist you. That's why I wanted to go ahead and bring her on today. Last piece is she's a self-proclaimed Mario Kart champ. Okay. Now that's only because she hasn't played me yet, but that's okay. Mama too, if she was in the Harry Potter houses, she would be in Slytherin. So I think her and I would probably be competing against each other a little bit. But she is the nerdy wife living in Michigan and social media expert. So Desiree, welcome to the webinar today. Before I officially pass it off to you, if everybody could please mute their computers. If you're unable to find it, I can go ahead and mute you too. But Desiree, again, thank you for coming. I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to you, and let me know if you have any questions, okay?
I am so grateful for your time, and I'm sorry, but you could not meet me in Mario Kart. So here's a fun Mario Kart story for you. So I met my husband in 2009. We were all in this meetup.com group my best friend Karen and I had started called Nerds. And everyone kept telling him over and over and over again, like, no one can beat Des at this game. Like, she just crushes everyone that she plays. And he's like, yeah, all girls are good at Mario Kart. And when we finally played our first match, I literally lapped him. And my husband is a lifelong gamer. Like, he learned to read playing Legend of Zelda. And he told me later, he's like, that's when I fell in love with you, when you kicked my butt in Mario Kart, because I always said I would marry someone who could beat me at this game. So we even had a Mario Kart themed wedding. So it was a whole like journey for us, for sure.
So a couple things before you jump into the presentation. Number one is Mario Kart themed wedding, amazing. Number two is there's actually the Mario movie coming out next month, I believe. So I know my family is super excited about it. And three is, before I officially pass it all the way over to you, what's the character you use?
I play Daisy with the motorbike.
All right. I'm definitely a Wario guy, so maybe we would be in the Slytherin house. But go ahead and take it off.
All right, I'm also gonna put a link in the chat to my wedding video, so you guys can see, because I'm a total video nerd. Like, of course I had it. I'll recorded it. So, okay. So I am going to, first of all, let me know, I'm going to be in like full screen presentation mode. So I might not see you. I am ready to answer your questions, but we have that kind of slated to happen at the end of the presentation, but I will stay as long as you guys need me to. I padded the end of my day. So if we're here for a while, we're here for a while. I'm okay with that. So without further ado, I'm just going to dive into this information. So we're going to talk about today about how you can implement a video marketing strategy that anyone can do, no dancing required. Here's the thing. Your girl's super uncoordinated. That's why I'm really good at Mario Kart, because I don't have to like do anything athletic or coordinated. I just have to do this with my thumbs. So it's just it's a whole thing for me. But like Spencer said, like, I'm from Michigan, I'm an author, I'm a mom, I'm a Harry Potter junkie, and I'm a big fan of self-care, especially going getting pedicures. And my daughter and I go and do that usually every month together, and we just have a really good time doing it. I got into social media in kind of a quirky way. I started back in 2009. And I was this 24-year-old kid just trying to figure out how to make some extra money freelancing in the Phoenix area. And I started using networkingphoenix.com to go network to like free events. And I would just talk to people and be like, hey, would you like some graphic design services? Would you like some graphic design services? Hey, would you like some graphic design services? And all these adults kept asking me what's this Facebook thing? And I was like, I had been on this since you could only get it with the college email. I was like, what are all these old people doing on Facebook? But I was polite and I started answering their questions. And then I started teaching people how to use Facebook as like a networking ploy. Like, hey, let's get together. I'll show you this Facebook thing and then maybe we can do business together. And one day I was teaching this guy how it worked and he was like, Desiree, you should just do this as your business. And y'all, when I tell you, I looked him deadpan in the face and said, no one's going to pay me to be on Facebook. I was not kidding. Like, and I literally eat those words every single day for the past 14 years. So, I became a military spouse in 2014 and we moved to this really remote town in the middle of nowhere in Texas. And I had grown up a Marine Corps kid. And I remember watching my mom struggle to find work. In fact, there was a point in time when we were stationed in Japan where she had to go back to the United States and live with my grandfather so she could get a job to supplement our family's income because my dad was still working at the time. And it was this whole thing. So fast forward to 2014, 2015, it was still an issue. Like the town that we were stationed in did not like to hire military spouses. And I was like, this is messed up. This is an issue over 25 years ago. How is this still happening? And so I launched All in One Social Media, which focuses on putting military spouses to work as social media managers so that they can work anywhere they're stationed around the world, while we offer package-based social media marketing and management services to small businesses. Now, true to military life form, I'm a year into my business and my husband comes in and he's like, hey, we're moving to South Korea. And I was like, well, that sounds fun. Also, how am I supposed to keep growing this agency and keep these military spouses to work if we live on the other side of the world where I can't like network, go to conferences and just really talk to people in my time zone or close to it? And so I found YouTube as an answer to that. And I've been using YouTube as a way to solve problems that people have around social media on a weekly basis. I'm just generally answering questions, showing them how to do things, bringing them into like my day-to-day life and basically overwhelming them with how hard it is so that they call me in my agency so that we can do it for them, but also solving their problems as well. Since then, I've had over 3.5 million views on my YouTube channel. I'm staring down 37,000 subscribers, and I've had over 20,000 subscribers on off my email list, all coming from YouTube. And I have a 45% open rate on my emails because I send out an email every week called The Fix that focuses on helping you on your social media journey, keep you up to date with latest trends and news in the social media space. So why I want to give that finish, so you know, like why I'm qualified to be here and how I've been using video. And so in today's presentation, we're going to go over like why video, like why is this important and why do you need to do it? What videos you should make, like where to find trends and sound bites to make the videos that are going to convert for you. And of course, how to make it relevant to you and your business and where you can put them. Okay. So before you came in this presentation, you did not know what you're doing, especially the vertical video, but now that we're done, you're going to be able to use video on social media so that you can grow your business. So let's dive into the data. I think this is an important place to start anything because we're going to be talking about vertical video very specifically, vertical being like you consume it on our phone. And so we're going to talk about the different platforms that you use for that, where you find success. There's over 150 million active monthly users on TikTok in the United States alone. There's over 1 billion worldwide. And the average watch time for people who are watching this is 95 minutes per day. It's literally like watching a movie every single day. And that's how much time that they're spending on social media. And that has the highest engagement rate of all of the other social networks currently. And as you can see, like the highest age ranges for people that are using it is 16 to 44. And it is the most popular platform other than Instagram for Gen Z. It's more popular than Instagram for Gen Z. Speaking of Instagram, there are 2 billion people using Instagram on a monthly basis, and Reels take up 30% of that time when people are watching on their phones. In fact, if you want to break it down by the kind of content that has the most success on Instagram for business accounts, it's almost 50% of the main feed posts are photos, followed by 32% with video, and then they do carousel posts, which is where like you can swipe and have multiple images on the phone. And Instagram is the #1 social media platform for people to connect with brands. So as a brand yourself, as a business, this is going to be the best place for you to share and connect with your potential customers. And I always love sharing like specific stats around video. Like people are resharing Instagram Reels over 1 billion times a day through Instagram DMs. And I think that that's an important piece to know because that's why we're creating for sharing for attention and for maximizing our reach.
So Desiree, real quick, if I
Yeah.
could just interject, I just want to make sure that we're clear. When you're talking about these Instagram Reels, that's the vertical video that you're talking about today, correct?
Yes, it is. Yes. So Reels, like every platform has their own term for video content. TikTok, it's obviously TikToks. For Facebook and Instagram, Reels is the vertical video platform, the name for that vertical video platform. For Pinterest, it's just vertical video. And YouTube, it's called Shorts, which I'll talk about in our next slide here. So when we're talking about Facebook users in the United States, it's funny because so many people think of Facebook as like the old people place, but what we're seeing fit is that the highest, like the biggest demographic is actually 25 to 34-year-olds. And you're also finding a higher usage though amongst people who are under the age of 44. So, and I think that a lot of this because the people that Facebook was originally created for, like me, one of those people that was in college when it came out, you can only get college email. Like we're in that late 30s, early 40 age, and then we brought everybody kind of with us through the platform. There's over 140 billion reels that get played every day across Facebook. And when we're talking about Shorts, which is like YouTube's version of vertical video, it has had one of the biggest changes that YouTube has made in years. And they get over 15 billion views a day on those Shorts. And they've just made a really big investment into an ad sharing platform. So one of the cool things about being a YouTuber is that you have a 55-45% ad share split with YouTube. So like those ads that pop up before the video you want to watch. As a creator, you get 55% of that. Well, now they've introduced a new way to do that with Shorts to monetize it, and it pays out better than all the other platforms for creators. So like I said, they're doing a lot of work to make sure that like that is the home for vertical video. And then people watch close to 1 billion videos a day over on Pinterest. And Pinterest is like, I feel like one of the original vertical sort of platforms, like having those long posts on there. And a lot of people sleep on Pinterest, but it's a really great place to have evergreen content, which means it just kind of lasts for a long time versus social content, which will go away kind of after 48 hours. Okay. So we have the data and like, we are like, okay, I want to do this. I want to make this work. What does that look like? So I think that it's important before we dive in that we have to ask ourselves, why should we care about these things? Like you guys are going along, doing your businesses. Most of you work in your business and you don't get to necessarily do a lot of working on your business and you're like an expert in what you do, but it's literally the only and best way for you to grow right now on social, even above, like I think paid advertising. Okay. All of the platforms have invested in vertical video and are preferring it over other kinds of content. So it's important for us to make sure that you have a plan for vertical video as a part of your marketing strategy and that you know how to focus on trends that you can relate to your business. And my best advice to you around this is to not overthink it. Whatever you might think you need to do from like an overly produced perspective, we can really kind of break down in that kind of a way for you to like get past. Like it's important to show up and connect and educate your audience. Okay. So how does this work? So first we want to consume content. The best way to understand something is to become a consumer yourself. So I'm giving you permission to schedule some scroll time, like you and your thumb, having a good time on your social network of choice that you find to be the most comfortable for you, and just go spend time watching vertical videos and seeing like, what is it that people are creating, doing, and saying? So you can kind of get an idea of what the rhythm of this content looks like.
So
Next,
real quick on that before you keep going,
yeah.
I'm going to actually challenge you guys to take it one step farther from what Desiree is asking you to do. Yes, she's giving you permission, jump on your Facebook, your Instagram, whatever you feel most comfortable on. But my challenge for you guys is to go into the ones that you're not comfortable on. because you need to be able to expand your horizon and see what's happening on the places and the platforms and the social media platforms that you're not comfortable with, and you're not maybe not necessarily comfortable, but you're not as well versed. Okay, because knowledge is power. If you can expand your reach into a new social platform, absolutely go check it out and see how you can apply your business and your vertical videos into that platform and reach a brand new audience that may not know who you are.
And I love that. And like you can just search like specifically in the search terms for all of the platforms, like what you do, like plumbing, roofing, real estate, mortgage loans, like, and you can see the kind of content that people are creating around it, which is going to be helpful for you when we're kind of trying to track trends and then giving you the ideas of like what you can experiment making yourself. And again, don't overthink this. And then most importantly, remember, you don't have to dance. Okay. So here are some examples that you can create content from. Okay, so this video is using a trending audio. It's an older one, but it still works. And it's just a woman, and her whole brand is about showing you how to do hairstyles for curly hair, especially for your kids. And so she just used the trending audio and she did the demonstration over the top of it. Okay, there's another example.
You have to talk about your business to have a business. You have to talk about your business to have a business. You have to talk about your business to have a business.
Okay, so with this one, it's pretty simple. She's at an event that she's going to be doing, and she's literally holding her phone and just like kind of panning from like left to right. I think all of us can do that. If you've ever been to one of your kids like or grandkids like soccer games or dance recitals, or have wanted to record something that you find cool, like you can do this. Save it to your phone. I believe in always creating, and you can find these kind of audios that you can add to the background to apply with your content too. Here's another one.
This is okay, but what if I went like this?
Okay, now this I think is the best example for a lot of what you guys do, which is like a before and after. And so it's sort of like, what is a disaster that happened? And then how did you fix it? And what does it look like now? Being able to show that, even with just photos, is huge content opportunity for you as service providers, because it just makes it easy. And then of course it's easy to do because it tells you exactly what to do. It shows you exactly what to do.
Tell me something that you wish more people understood.
So what I love about this one is it's so easy. It's just a selfie and like holding a coffee cup. I don't know about you guys, but like I always have like a teacup nearby me. So this is an easy one I think that anybody can do and share a fun piece of information. So what are some of the types of videos that you can make? Like literally screenshot this, write this down, take a picture, like tattoo it on your arm. Like this is the stuff that you can always be making with your video content. And it is so simple to do, but this is the stuff people connect with the most. Tutorials and how-tos, product demos, a statement, an announcement, interviews and Q&As, BTS, which is behind the scenes, and offers and deals, and well as storytelling and skits. So I have a couple of people I like to follow that are really good examples of these different things. You can go search TikTok for things that are trending, and they make it really easy for you, especially like on the desktop, which has the trends a little bit better, I think. But on mobile, you can find them for sure. You have Demoth Prince, who is great at storytelling content and skits. You have Gregisms. He does these really fun storytelling pieces to share information. Like he's an elementary school drama teacher, and so he has some really funny ones. Big Day Social does a lot of wedding kind of content, so they have a lot of announcements and things that they're doing. Home Depot, man, like talk about behind the scenes making of sort of stuff. Like they are the best at it. My friend Meredith here at the end, she does these great ones where she'll take a trending audio and then she suggests the text on the screen to make it relevant to what she does, which is video content creation. And it works really well for making those adjustments. We're talking about tutorials and how to do things. Like the best example is How to Adult. I struggle with this. I'm almost 38 years old, but How to Adult is a real fun one. And then if you're ever interviewing somebody, if you have a podcast, if you're doing like a presentation, being able to repurpose that content into vertical videos is also really helpful and easy to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And going back to that last slide, guys, you saw a ton of examples that Desiree brought for you. Whatever business you're in, whether you're a real estate agent and you're touring a home for sale, you can take that video. You can take that video natively on your phone and then apply that video into multiple social networks. So if you're not as familiar with Instagram Reels or TikTok videos or YouTube Shorts, take your video regular, just as with your camera, and go into your apps and play around and try to upload it and see all the different functionalities that you can upload it into that social platform. And then once you're overall satisfied with it, you'll get better every single time. And going back to that one other slide, you have to talk about your business if you have a business, right?
Oh yeah.
Is that how it goes? So if you have a business, which everybody on this call does, you have to be able to get your word and information out there about your company.
You have to talk about your business to have a business. You have to talk about your business to have a business. You have to talk about your business to have a business.
So if you don't put yourself out there on social, guys, people aren't going to see you. That social ripple is not going to happen. And TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, this is all social media platforms and outlets. Okay, so take some videos, experiment, try it out, publish some videos and see what type of interaction and engagement you get. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead, Desiree.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's like you have to remember, it's your objective to use the tool to share your message. And the tools for right now are TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, right? And it doesn't mean you have to dance though, because that's what all the kids are doing. Okay. I think there's probably less dancing content happening on TikTok now and social media than there was like at the start of the pandemic, right? So it's important to use this tool to share your message. So here are some, I think, more relevant examples.
So your total premium for 6 months will be $1,200 or $200 per month. Watch me lower my car insurance premium. Did you already apply the good driver discount since I have a clean record? Just did, and your total is now $1,000. I also took a defensive driver course, and that should be another 10% off, right? Yup, so $900. Also, I am a full-time student with a high GPA. Okay, so $880. And lastly, I'd like to pay all in full right now. Great, so we offer a full pay discount and your total is $850. How do you know about all these discounts, by the way? I learned this by hitting that follow button. Hi, can I buy?
Okay, so right, so he's sharing information, educating his audience, relevant to, in this case, it's about insurance, but his whole channel is like a lot about like money saving hacks and tips and things, like how to work through situations. So ask yourself, like, what could you teach people in a video? And it doesn't have to be this edited where it's like back and forth and changing clothes and all of that. It could literally just be like you talking to the camera, and that's totally fine.
That's me. Wow, don't mind the paparazzi. They followed me everywhere after I went viral on TikTok. Just kidding. I'm talking to the press about the homes behind me. They now belong to families in El Zonte, El Salvador, who previously did not have safe shelter. I'm on the direct deals team at New Story, which means I manage housing projects and work with local partners to make sure the construction of communities like this one.
Okay, so the best way to create a video like this is just like when you're doing something, when you're just kind of capturing things on an ongoing basis. Have you ever done anything that's like, if you're like on home restoration or you're building something, like you like to document things along the way. Like if I'm doing a renovation for a kitchen, I'd want like the before, the demo, the putting in the countertops, the adding some new feature, like you're taking lots of images or videos along the way to kind of show the process. With a video like this, what you can do is kind of put them all together, and then you could do a voiceover, which is a feature in TikTok and Instagram Reels. It's very easy. You can just talk about what's happening in this video footage that you've already created. So this is kind of using what you already have, because I know a lot of you already do this kind of stuff, and just putting it all together to tell a story, to tell people to take people into your world and a journey with you.
Let's take a closer look at a lip-smacking foodie tour in Las Vegas. I'll tell you the price at the end. We all met at the Aria at 5 p.m. and our awesome tour guide Tom gave us the info and then whisked us off to the library at the Nomad. This is where Lady Gaga hangs out, by the way. So you can specify any dietary restrictions or allergies you have, but you're basically served small portions of each restaurant's most famous dishes. Next, we were off to Javier's at Aria. This place is stunning. At each restaurant, you get to bypass the wait and go straight to these beautiful private dining rooms. And if you're served a dish that you don't really like, it's okay because there's so much food that skipping one isn't a big deal. Next was Julian Serrano for tapas. You can add a signature cocktail at each of these stops as well. This experience is as social as you want it to be. You can talk to the other people on the tour or you can keep to yourself. This is a great way to sample a lot of high-end restaurants over a 3-hour tour. We finished with desserts at Mastro's Ocean Club. This is the Savors of the Strip tour. It's $199 per person. More details in the comments. Have you been? Would you go? Let me know and follow me for all the
All right, so this one's a little bit more, I think, elaborate, just because like we're taking so many things and we're trying to cram a lot into a short amount of time, but it's still that same idea of taking people along a journey. I don't know if you guys have ever done like a night out or like a food tasting or something, and you kind of take pictures of everything. I have a saying in my house that's phones eat first. So we always take pictures of our food, like when it's like, you know, cool, unique, made something different kind of food, or like when we go out to eat. And so we have like all these pictures of the food and stuff, and we could put them together and make like a fun voiceover story that we could tell over it. Okay. So we've talked about a lot of examples. I've given you like the 8 kinds of videos that you can make. What is it that you need to do? Let's get into the tutorial part of this presentation. Okay. So now there's a formula for this. I know that you weren't expecting to do math, but I promise it's super easy. Okay. So this number 1 is we have to have our hook. The first 3 seconds are vital and consider the most important parts of your video. And it kind of needs to be really fast, catchy, and bold. And I promise you, the beginning of your video should never be, "Hi, I'm so-and-so from this company." No one cares. Okay. What they care about, number 1, first of all, is what can you do for me? So we want to just dive right in with something really catchy, like 3 changes to home insurance in 2023. Phoenix is hot. Here's how you can cut your cost by 50%. If you live in Phoenix, you need to know this about, right? We're diving into the value we want to give. We want to really get them hooked so that they stay and watch through our video. Okay, then we want to, number 2, dive into the meat. And I always like to say, add some sauce. We want to give information, but we want to make them in super short, quick cuts for each point or sentence. Let me show you what this looks like. Here's a really great TikTok hack to get more engagement on your video. So first things first, when you're in your TikTok, make sure you set like a 60-second marker so you have enough time to teach someone something. And then what we're going to do is 1 or 2 sentences, then we're going to move and change our location and our background so that we're creating these very specific cuts. So this is how you're going to start out. You're going to start over here and be like, "Oh my God, you're never going to believe how you do this on TikTok." Then we're going to let go. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to change. So we have a noticeable like background change situation. Not very noticeable, but it's there. And you're like, if you want to create really engaging TikToks, you have to be moving your camera around and doing short little clips. You can just take a full like circle here, okay? I advise you to maybe consider creating your videos with 1 or 2 seconds at a time. So you're going to want to do these things in 1 or 2 sentences at a time. And then make sure to tell people to do something at the end. Like, hey, make sure that you save this so you don't forget it, because you're going to definitely want to try this yourself. And now you've created a TikTok that's going to grab people's attention because... Okay, so we've gone through. So 1 or 2 sentences, and then we want to change. So this is what we call in the editing phase, we call it a cut or a jump cut, where we're holding people's attention by cutting to something different that you see. All right, now you might be familiar with this if you spent time on YouTube, like where the jump cut was kind of created to hold attention. Now we have to do that maximized even more. So you can easily create videos by just having your topic, your catchy sentence, or your hook, 1 or 2 sentences, stop recording, move, and then record the next set of information.
So
Okay.
question on that
Yeah.
real quick, Desiree. First of all, great information. Secondarily, I want to make sure I wasn't incorrect by saying that you can also record this natively on your phone and then import it and then also trim it to do those
So-
jump cuts.
So no. So in order for a jump cut, you'd have to edit it. So if you recorded one long video, I guess on your camera, and then like you imported it into one of these tools and you wanted to have jump cuts, you'd have to edit it out. And that's a lot of work because you're doing it with your finger and it's the literal worst. So if you're going to be recording something, my suggestion to you is to record it in the app. Because you just hold the button, say your piece, undo your thumb, and then move, and then hit your thumb down to record again. And it makes it a lot simpler.
So
Now, if you want to record clips outside of your phone and then piece them together, that is an option as well. But I find it to be a little laborsome.
sure. So one of the questions we had in the chat and was from Gaynita, but she was saying that getting the video together kind of gets her frustrated. And so I have a question for you on that. Like if you're doing those quick jump clips, what happens if you mess up and you stumble and you don't like what you said?
So when you're recording on the app in the thing, you can hit the back button. If you saw in the clip here, let me see. If you saw in here,
Here's
when I was recording the clips, I'm recording. And record. Okay, so pause. So you see this little arrow right here that has the X in it?
Yes.
You can hit that button and it'll delete the clip you just made.
All right. So Gaynita, there is your answer. That little delete button is going to let you do that one piece
Yeah.
5, 10 times over and over and over to get that exact jump cut that you want. Okay.
Yes. No problem. Okay. So we want to make sure that when we're giving our meat, we're giving the information, we're keeping it short and quick, and we do not want to drag out. The shorter, the better. TikTok is famous for its like 15, 30-second videos. And even though now you can do up to 10-minute ones, like don't do that if you can avoid it. Try and keep them as short as possible. I aim for under 60 seconds because then I can repurpose all my content to YouTube because YouTube has 59-second limit for their shorts. And I'll talk about that in a second. So just keep it as short as possible. Okay. And then we want to have a call to action. We always want to make sure that people are doing something like saving or commenting, sharing, all of that kind of stuff so that we can do it. So I like to tell people to save this to use later or reference it or so that they can like come back and watch again. One of the cool things about like Facebook is that you can share to your newsfeed and then that can maximize your reach. And then also, again, like I mentioned with Instagram Reels, people are sharing over 1 billion Reels a day in DMs. So you can share to stories and stuff. So telling people to do something is a great way to increase your engagement on your Reels and your other vertical video content. And then our bonus piece here, like our extra little like seasoning to all of this situation is we want to repurpose it. I'm a big believer in working smart, not hard. So if we've done something once, let's reuse the crap out of it to all of these different places. So with your vertical video, with your one piece of information, you can make it into a blog for your website. You can share them in your emails. You can put them on Instagram. You can upload them to all the places with vertical video, make them into YouTube shorts, turn them into Pinterest pins, just like try and maximize your reach for this piece of content that you've created. Now, again, on the subject of working smart, not hard, you can schedule your content out. You can schedule out vertical videos natively through the TikTok desktop. You cannot do it through the phone, but you can do it through the desktop. So if like you're making a video outside of TikTok, like kind of what we just talked about, or you put it like you've made it in Instagram and you also want to schedule to TikTok, you can like do it this way. You also can schedule through the Meta Business Suite in the Creator Studio, and you can do this for Facebook and Instagram as well. But to really, really simplify this, like if you're going to create something once, I would encourage you to sign up for repurpose.io. How repurpose.io works is it creates a series of if-then statements. So if I post to TikTok, then I want that video to post to Instagram as well. So you create these series of workflows that are activated when you do something on the platform. So if you're creating something on TikTok, you can then tell it to post to Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram Reels, download it to a Google Drive so that it can repurpose it for you. So it auto publishes your videos to maximize your reach, and it does them unwatermarked, which is a big deal for all of the platforms. I also think this is an important note. Now, if you have a business account for your TikTok, you are, and I'll actually a lot of the other platforms now too, you're unable to use copyrighted music. So your option is to keep it as a personal account or create your own audio or use like their free library that they provide for you. But you can go to a tool like Soundstripe, which has free music tools and options for you. You can download uncopyrighted music if you don't like what's available through TikTok. But unless you really need the data, or you're doing scheduling, or you want to run ads, like you're fine with just a personal account for the time being. Okay. So now that we know how to create and record and we're like ready to do this, we need to know what we should say. So what messaging are we going to put on or in our videos? Like this is like when like the text that's on the screen, what messaging goes with it? So that's like the caption. So like we have our video and then we have the message that supports it. Like that's the text writing part. How long does it need to be? What hashtag should you be using? And what do I want my viewer to do? So let's go over some examples. So this is a reel. It's really simple. One that she did, she had her call to action right there on the text on her screen. And she has this long message on here where she's trying to tell you what to do, which is sign up for her Get Confident with Reels course. All right. So that's like her call to action. You can see it's a longer message, and she has all of these hashtags and stuff at the bottom. Another one to show is like again, a very simple reel that's like, hey, get out of my sandwich. And it's no, she changed the sandwich to talk about DMs. It's a whole thing. But what I really like is that her call to action is engagement focused. So she wants to know, who do you wish would get out of your DMs, get ranty in the comments. And so people are commenting, as you can see, when I had captured this, is like 179 comments about people who were like sick of all of the things, right? So sometimes your call to action is to make your audience like do something in the comments, like share or comment, rather than click on a link to get sales and stuff. So really think through like what your content pieces are going to be. Now, the thing that everyone hates in business is testing things. You want to try out different kinds of content and messaging on the same platform. We have this saying in the YouTube space that you're a couple tweaks away from blowing up. And this is kind of what that is. You also might want to try different platforms for your content, because it might do well on one, but it could do way better on another. And so you just want to measure the success against the goals that you've set for your content marketing, so that you can know what measurements are important for you, like followers, reach, clicks, that sort of thing. Okay. So what can you do to make your videos better? So first things first, we want to do is we want to remember those first 3 seconds are super important. We don't want to pad it and make it too long. Just keep it short and to the point. Edit, edit, edit. Like one of the things I always love to tell people is like my YouTube videos, you almost will never hear me breathe, because that is such a waste of your time to hear me breathe, right? So what can you cut out from your videos to keep it short and quick and sweet? I'm staying on trend. That's again, where consuming is like, what is the look? What is the filter? What is like the editing style? What is it that people are doing that you can tie your business to? We also live in a world where we have to have a lot of content and it has to be good. So even if it's just 1 a day, that's totally fine, or 3 a week, but you have to commit to your schedule to be consistent and make sure that what you're creating is a lot of it, and that you have, it looks really good. And use the tool whenever possible. Use Pinterest, Instagram, Reels, TikTok to like create in. Taking it out of into the other third party is just more laborsome. It can be more time consuming and costly. If you are wanting to do this, like, and bootstrap this, just use the tools that are available to you within the platforms. Okay. Now this was a lot. So, we have time for questions now. And then this is the link to my calendar. I'll put that in the chat so that we can, so that if you want to schedule a time to come up with a custom plan for you, like I'm here for that. Like I love talking to people. This is my favorite part of my business, is presenting and talking. So I'm happy to help you guys with any questions, anything that you want specifically for you, but also now is the time to ask questions, and please be as selfish as you want. Like you don't have to be here for the room. You can be here for yourself. So what do we got?
Sure. So, well, first of all, Desiree, thanks for coming. This was awesome. I'm glad we have some open time for questions. I think Jessica had a question throughout the presentation. She had her hand up, but then she ended up putting it down.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, if you don't mind. So can you all hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so my question was in regards to, I know that at the beginning you referred to it as vertical video a lot. And just out of curiosity, I know the platform for YouTube is horizontal. Has that changed to vertical, a focus on vertical for them because of their shorts? Or is it still worthwhile to film in the horizontal for YouTube specifically?
Okay, so it depends on what you're doing on YouTube. So there's the shorts platform and then there's the long form platform. So the shorts platform are videos under 59 seconds that are vertical. So it's its own separate like division of YouTube. And so, and what they have is, and how it works is called the shorts shelf. And what that is where all of the like short form vertical videos content is. Let me show you. I'll share my screen so you can kind of see. So this is YouTube. This is my YouTube. And if you scroll down, as you can see right here, I have this short section. Okay. So these are vertical videos that are less than 59 seconds that are on YouTube. So how shorts work in partnership with long form YouTube videos is that the best way I can tell you for this is that shorts are for attention. YouTube is for long-term commitment. It's kind of like shorts are the like the teasers, the taste, and the YouTube is like the full course meal where I can get more and do more. So it's great for discovery. It's great for finding new people. It doesn't necessarily have a search strategy attached to it. It's very much an attention strategy. So if you do have a YouTube strategy and you're doing long form video, if you are only doing that, like you're fine. Like I don't want you to think that you have to do shorts too, but you can take those long form videos and repurpose them into shorts to help maximize attention. Does that help?
Okay, yes, I think that does help. I'll just have to brainstorm through content to maybe push them to longer form videos so they stay on my channel. But anyway, that's very helpful. And did I miss it, or did you say a good editing software that perhaps maybe is free? Because I hate editing, but sometimes I think I need to, and I don't have a good way to do it, like Canva or something.
So when you're in your in your videos, let's see if I can do, okay, let me show you this. So if you're creating from long form videos, you have a feature here in YouTube called clip right here. So this is a video that's on here and I have clip. You can take this, hit clip, and then it'll like, you can pick a segment of the video that you want to kind of take it from it. And then it can, and then it'll clip it for you. Okay, so as you can see, there's right over here, you can add your description, you know, adjust it, all of the things, and then share your clip from your videos to YouTube.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so that clip is in YouTube and it's so that of a long form video, I can make it a short, right?
Yeah, so you can just clip it. Now, there's not any fancy editing or anything like that. It's just taking this clip and you can make it into other stuff. Another one that you can do, and this is also free, is Adobe Express. So Adobe Express has this video feature down here where you can trim a video, you can resize the video, you can crop it. So like if I want to resize a video, I could just upload it, and then I have all of these different platforms I can resize it for. Then I can kind of position it where I want it and then shorten it down to the segment I want it to be in, and then just hit download. I can scale it, right? So you can use Adobe Express. Adobe Express does have a free option. It's also only $10 a month. So it's really not that expensive at all. And you also could then have all of the other things, like they have Instagram stories and reel templates and graphics and all kinds of really great things. And they have a scheduling tool. So you could schedule your social posts as well to all the platforms you want to go to.
Okay, awesome. Adobe Express. Got it. Okay, one last question, I promise, but is there any benefit to filming a video with my face and voice in it, or as opposed to videos where I just have like a reel of cool photos from like you were saying, showing a fixer upper or something like that, where it's video, it has music, but you don't see my face, you don't hear my voice. Is there like a benefit to one over the other, or they kind of play the same because the algorithms on these platforms?
It's not about what you see. It's mostly about what is happening in the content. So I have some examples. So I did this restaurant I love to go to in Vegas. I can make these really simple reels with these templates that you can do. So this is just sound in the back, and it's just a compilation of content from an event I went to. And then I have this whole message over here on the side. There's like this one. I did a pizza food tour. And it's just like a compilation of like where we went, what we did, like just kind of showing it off. So like there's different like opportunities and things that you can do within the platforms to really have fun and make cool things.
Okay. Yeah, no, I guess, let me clarify. Is there a benefit to, like, does it perform better if my face is in it? Okay.
It doesn't. It
just as long as it's a video.
You want to be able, like you have to test it out and see what would work best for you. I think if are you in real estate, Jessica?
Yes, ma'am. I'm a realtor.
Okay, so if you're in real estate, you probably want to do both. So maybe you could do a walkthrough of a space and show the different rooms, do a voiceover talking about the features and stuff. But then you could also do a video where you are a part of it, like you're doing a selfie or someone's holding it for you, and maybe you're showing off like a unique feature of the house. Part of what the benefit of having your face as part of it is just trust. It's the psychology of trust. Like if you're just forever this like voice, it's a little like, why would I do business with a voice? Since you are kind of in the people business, people with your people face, right? And so rather than your people voice. So if that makes any sense. So that's what I would kind of test out and see what you can do from that perspective. I know that's not like a yes, no definitive answer. My number one thing is test, but then also like, I know how I would want to do things. And so I think by having that human element attached to it to build trust with you, and like, you can prove your expertise to show yourself when you can as well.
Okay, got it. All right. Thanks so much.
Yeah, I put a link in the chat for Adobe Express. If you want to check it out, that's the way to get it for free.
Cool. Thank you.
Yes.
Awesome. So, hey, Desiree, I got a direct message that was asking about mobile editing. So on your Instagram page that you were just showing us, you showed one of the videos was like you on a plane, and then the next place and another place. So if you're not able to do that quick release, different jump, what's the word I'm looking for? Jump cuts. Is what if you're on the go, you don't have your computer. How would you suggest doing that? Can you like editing from your phone, or like saving it and bringing it into a laptop, or what's your editing suggestion there from a mobile device?
Okay, so I have a solution for this. I just have to go find my link for it. So one of the things I have done is, because I've been asked this before, where it's like, how can I make this easy? So I have a digital product that you guys can get that's 50 Instagram reel templates. And what that is it makes it really easy for you to like know, sorry, I gotta go find it from the link from Web Developer. It allows for you to just easily, all right, I need 10 videos or photos, and then I just select them in on my phone. And then I have the whole video that's put together. So that one where it's like when the camera goes pop, 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 and it was like those quick cuts, it did that for me. It took me 5 minutes to make that whole reel and post so that I could put it all together. Where the heck is this link? Sorry.
And while you're looking for that, I think it's beneficial to piggyback on what you just said. Guys, it doesn't take that long to take a couple of these quick videos, whether it's the quick jumps or not, and be able to have them in your camera roll and start like I mentioned earlier, really playing around with these platforms and seeing what works for your business. What works for a painter or a plumber or a landscaper might be completely different than insurance and mortgage and real estate. So really find out where your niche is and where your audience is and what they're going to respond to, and to really support what Desiree is saying as far as, people to people, show your face. But then, if there's a very specific thing that you're trying to show off, you don't need to show your face. I mean, but if you're going to be talking to them or coaching them or telling them how to, they want to see who the source is, so these things are not that hard, and they can be scary at first. Just like everything in life, it can be scary at first, and the first is going to be the worst. Brandon says that all the time, but second, third, fourth, fifth, it's going to get better. It's going to get easier. You're going to get more views and subscribers and followers. So I'm going to say, get out there and try it and do it.
Okay, I put the link to the templates in the chat, and I'm gonna, if you guys want to look really close at my phone. Oops. Okay, do you see this little white thing? It's hard to see because it's not in focus, but that says templates. So on Instagram, what you can do is hit use the template. And what it does is it tells you right here at the bottom. I turn my volume down. Sorry. It has all of these as you can see, it's like it's a number like 0.1 seconds, 2.2 seconds, right? So it does the editing for me. I just have to select the media, the photos or the videos, and it edits it all together for me. And I just hit next, add my text onto the screen, hit next, add my message, and hit post or schedule. So it's really simplifying the content creation process. And if you get the real templates from me, you get 50. I walk you through with a video tutorial of how it works. It tells you what kind of videos that they are and how many media pieces you need. So yes. Okay. So Donnie had said, I know this will be recorded. Will I receive a copy of that? If not, will we release the re-show the slides and bulleted numbered list points? I'm guessing that's Spencer will do all of that.
Yeah, I will. It is being recorded. We will be putting it up on our YouTube. We'll probably include it in an email. If you absolutely want the recording right now, shoot me an email, spencer@hoa.com. Desiree, I want to make sure that they have a way to contact you as well. Could you throw your contact information in the chat? That'd be helpful for individuals who are looking for a little bit of guidance or assistance, done with you or a done for you social media play. I have one more question before we go. I know we're getting close to time. And this isn't directly social media related, but earlier you pulled up YouTube and you started circling something with a little color pen, and then you started scrolling and it stayed there. I want to know what that tool is, because I'm always sharing my screen and I'm always highlighting stuff, and I want to know how I can just use that quick little tool and then back it off.
It's an extension for Chrome.
Okay.
I have to look because I don't know what it's called. It's called PageMarker.
Perfect.
It's a Chrome extension called PageMarker.
Okay, awesome. And guys, we only have a couple minutes left. If there's any questions, now is the time to ask. Do not be shy. Desiree is here to help you guys.
Any questions, concerns, rants, praise, hatred? What do we need to talk about?
Okay. Oh,
hey,
did
Jessica, let's do it.
one? Yeah, it's me again. Okay, so one thing is I'm pretty good about the calls to action, and what's not real great is people taking me up on it, especially because I do like comment stuff and other things like that, and I cannot seem to invite anyone to my page. So my question is, how do I get people to follow me on my business pages, since I can't like invite like friends?
Okay. So you're talking about Facebook, right? Jessica? Talking about Facebook? I'm assuming she said Facebook page and friends. Okay. Here's the thing. Facebook pages are on a journey, and they are not my favorite place to spend time. I think though, if you're doing the real strategy, it will be very helpful for you. I think if you also were to pair with a small advertising plan, it would help you as well. But what you can do is you can share it with your email list. You can share your content and your posts on your personal Facebook account. If you have like a Facebook group that you can kind of drive traffic to, I think that would be really helpful for you as well. Because it will help you. So by having the diversity of your content, so you want to have a reels first strategy, so 3 to 4 reels per week, and then you want to supplement with images and text-based posts. And if you have any links that you want to share, do that in the comment section of your posts. For some reason, it's just like what we as social media managers have found to be the most effective way to have attention on Facebook, so that you can kind of build that up in that kind of a way. Just sharing a link on Facebook is just gonna not work really well for you, just because Facebook doesn't want anyone to leave Facebook. So that is my suggestion to you. And then as far as like inviting people and stuff, my objective to you is not to focus on growing your social following. It is to use your content to drive traffic to your website, where you should have like a free website, like a free opt-in. So everything that I am doing with my strategy is to get you onto my email list so that I can talk to you every week and I can sell to you. Because I can't rely on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, any of these platforms to put my content in front of you every single time. So if you've given me your email, there's a much higher chance of me getting to talk to you where I want, how we want, where we want, than we are on that. So rather than trying to get people like to follow or like you, I would encourage you to have a freebie. So if you're in real estate, it would probably be like a relocation guide, or everything you need to know to get approved for a home loan, like something that you can just kind of get. For me, it's my content planning worksheet, 50 video ideas every business owner should do. I had one for a while that was really helpful, which is how to create 100 pieces of content a day, like Gary Vee. So they're just like those kinds of things. So what free, too good to be free offer can you get from people to get them onto like just a simple landing page where you can get their name and email, and you can give them a digital deliverable, and then you can connect with them on your email. And then
Okay,
one
so
of your
have
calls to
that-
action in your email could be to follow you on social.
Okay, so the link though is in the text you're saying, and then you said something about Facebook not liking us to send them elsewhere. But the link to our website with the landing page would be in the write-up piece, right?
So it could be in the message, or it could be in the comments, and sort of like telling people like, go to my link in bio or something like that. If you have one chance to give a call to action, your call to action should not be to follow my page. Your call to action should be to get you onto your email list. So here's an example in the chat of one of mine that I do all the time, and it's what I said, like, that's how I've grown my email list over 20,000 people and have an open rate of over 45%.
Okay.
So if you
awesome.
have one
That
call
does
to
help.
action,
Thank
that's what
you.
because Reels, like the Reels organic reach in Facebook is fantastic, because that's where you will see content from people you have no idea who they are, but it's targeted towards you based on like your interests, your demographics, what you've been searching for online, all that kind of stuff. And so the better call to action is to get them onto a list rather than onto your page. They'll be on you, they'll go to your page too naturally as well. But just the real strategy is the best way to get attention right now to your Facebook page.
Hey, that
Okay,
last
gotcha.
link that you just dropped, Desiree, it takes me to a URL link unshortener.
Hold on a second. It's hold on. Hey, here it is. My bad. I thought I had updated all of my links. I guess I did not. But yeah, so that's just like, it's a simple landing page that works really well for all of the things.
Awesome. Beautiful. Well, Desiree, once again, thank you so much for joining us today. We have 1 minute, like I mentioned at the beginning of the hour. I want to be conscious of everyone's time. So once again, thank you so much. You did awesome. And I'll provide this video on YouTube, and I'm sure Desiree is going to take it and create some vertical videos out of it. Of herself for some more training. So if you have any questions, concerns when it comes to social media, hit up Desiree. Her information's in the chat, and we can, I'm sure she'll be able to guide you or walk you through that process and and moving forward and helping your business succeed on social.
Yeah, my shameless plug is this is a lot of work. And if you have other things to do with your time, let me and my team of military spouses do it for you. I put the link to the website in the chat.
Awesome.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Desiree. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys, for coming.
Thanks, Desiree. You.